What's up, dudes? Same old, same old. Y'all can hear?
Alright, everybody, welcome back to Pokemon League Championship Season 5, Week 6. Sorry for snapping at you like that, Steven. We are kids in.
You can't hear me, right?
Yeah, we can hear you, yes. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you not hear us? Alright, anyway, with me today I have my usual co-host, Zach.
Yo.
Welcome back, sir. And joining us, surprise, in the beginning, right as we were playing the music, is I am Kid Sid.
What up, everybody? Yeah, my bad. I had you on mute from the last time I was over commentating, so I didn't realize.
Yeah, and I finally did fix my studio mic, so we're using that again, and we can. TJ's gonna join us later in the stream. So
Dope.
interesting week this week, guys. Let me turn the volume down a little bit more.
This battle's been hype.
It's hard to get.
Yeah, it's been pretty cool. It's pretty cool seeing all the matches. You know, I went in and took a look at some of the results, and so I think people are gonna be surprised.
Yeah, I actually watched all of the matches. You know, back in the day, I used to not watch all the matches beforehand. I watched some of them, but sometimes we get those late matches, you know what I mean? And I just wasn't down to watch those a lot of the time. And so, there we go. That looks cool. And so I wouldn't watch every single match. Also, we would have all the matches, like 6 matches. So, like, I wouldn't watch all of them all the time, but now, like, I've been watching them, man. These are some good ones this week. Just
You know what I'm excited about?
What's that?
Taking over next weekend.
Go ahead and... Oh,
Whoa.
right. I will introduce that in a second.
Whoa.
Why don't you take yourself off push to talk? So you can speak freely, since we're not in the same room.
Well, the reason I did that is because I am feeding dogs at the moment, and I figured you guys don't want to hear them tap
very
I
dancing
want to hear a
everywhere.
little bow wow.
So,
Hear his input.
guys, it's week 6. We are right at the cusp of halfway through. Technically, since week 6 is over now, we are literally at the halfway through mark. Which is weird that we would have mid-season the next week. I know what you're thinking, but don't worry about it. There's a reason for it. So we're halfway through. Players have been getting used to their teams. New players have been starting to do a little better. Some are doing better than others, but that's neither here nor there. We have 3 matches this week because all of our capture card people have been either playing each other or they have been having bye weeks. So, luckily TJ borrows my capture card and is able to get recordings of his matches in, and that would be my guest Jackson coming soon. This week is really interesting. I actually am going to do match previews and results and stuff for the previous, or the ones that we don't have replays of. I'm going to do some of those in between. So we'll get started with one of those actually. Yep, there they go, the dogs. I don't know if you guys can see on your screen, but there is the first match of the non-recorded matches up there. And that would be Dan versus Brian. Either of you? Are you guys still there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, over here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't see it.
No, I'm here. I can't. I'm feeding.
No,
animals,
I
so
know
I'm just kinda
you,
here to-
but normally,
Okay, yeah, I
you
see
know.
it.
Okay, cool. So, Zach, I'm gonna put you in charge of Brian's team. I feel like you worked with him maybe a little.
Yeah.
Steven, or Sid, you're feeding dogs. I'll take Dan's team. But this is a match we don't have a replay of, so we're going to real quick analyze their teams, and then we're going to show you the results. for that. And while we do that, I'm going to begin giveaways. This week we're going to be doing some over GTS. We're also going to do a couple giveaways over Pokemon Sword and Shield directly to viewers. So if you're watching and you want a special Pokemon, like, you can let me know, and I might actually just hook that up and give it to you live on stream. You know, maybe. Who knows? Asking for special Pokemon is a thing that we do here occasionally. Alright, so why don't you talk about this team with Brian?
Alright, so Brian's got this team with not Volcarona to start us off. You know, his freaking meme Pokemon that he absolutely could not, find it himself to drop because it's not Volcarona, but it's so close to Volcarona that I guess it counts, but it's
He's
not
kind of
like
Volcarona,
he's not like Galarian Volcarona because his
which
stats
is
are
a missed
fucking bad.
opportunity almost, you know?
Honestly, but it is what it is. He is not Volcarona. He does not have Volcarona stats, and he is awful. But Brian insists on using him. Probably a Quiver Dance set. Trying to meme on his boy Dan. And actually, they played this match in real life, like across from each other.
Dude, I was really upset that that they didn't have your capture card for this one.
I mean, hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
We got this big boss Corviknight. This Corviknight is tanky as fuck. Leftovers, probably doing its like little whatchamacallit, either bulk up or tailwind, one of the two. But it is a bulky buzzard that does that thing. Toxicity here, choice specs. This thing is going to hit like a truck, hit both things on the board. Probably honestly not the best choice versus Dan. I mean, honestly, looking at his team, he's got an electric type, he's got a dragon type, he's got a ground type, he got another electric type, and then another ground type. So this toxicity really isn't doing shit to Dan's team at all.
I think he just likes toxicity.
Yeah, no, I think that's exactly what that
Brian
is.
needs to do some trades though. Like, I get, he only wants Clefable from me. That's fine. We don't have to trade Brian, but you got to trade somebody.
He just likes certain mons. That's it. He doesn't really like.
It's crazy because his team has so much
like,
potential if he could flesh it out.
He just, he's having fun, playing with the mons he likes. Nothing wrong with that.
Fair enough. All right, so that you said Tux. Wait, where are we?
So Toxicity, honestly, just kind of sucks ass versus his team, like straight up, like no other, denying that. The electric types, the ground types, they're not really, phased by this choice specs Toxicity.
Yeah, makes sense.
So we got Noivern here. Noivern with the sash, probably tailwind taunt, which is going to be actually pretty useful versus this Runigerus, who has like trick room access.
This what?
Runer Gigas is what he said.
That's what I said.
Okay, we'll go back and see that later.
We do not want to do that.
I'm hunting for the clip now. I'm hunting for the clip.
Yeah. Anyway, so
Yo.
Yeah, this Noivern, is here to disrupt, set up some momentum, early game, really just kind of put a thorn in Dan's side.
Yeah.
We got this Hydreigon here, and Hydreigon is actually probably like the most scariest thing on this team, especially with a Scarf of all things. That means it will probably outspeed Dragapult. It will do massive amounts of damage to Rune Pokemon and Dragapult. Doing some serious amounts of damage all over across the board.
Yeah.
Really hard to deal with. And then we got Toxapex over here.
Pretty good Pokemon.
Honestly, he's been giving Toxapex a lot of love this season, and I love it because Toxapex was always like a mon that just really didn't get any time to shine from anybody. So I'm glad he's making good use of it, and it's been holding up, doing its thing, on his team. Like it's not like it's just been dead weight.
Sorry, always Sunny reference. So we have Runagigas over here on Dan's team. It's a good trick room setter. It's a powerful Pokemon. Its typing is really awesome. It's super bulky. I'm not sure Dan's team's not super trick roomy. He's kind of got a balance of speed and slow here. So I'm not really sure what the Runagigas is there to do other than just like spam Earthquake, which most of Brian's team is pretty much immune to with Levitate and Flying, but then there are some Pokemon that it does hit pretty hard. It has Will-O-Wisp Access, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah, yeah. Most
Wander,
aspects
its
do.
ability, if it gets hit by a physical move,
Then it swaps abilities,
yeah, it swaps abilities. So,
which is actually really good, like in comparison to Mummy, because like Mummy just makes everything Mummy, but his ability make just literally swaps.
and
So
can
if he
give
gets
him
hit by
somebody else's.
ability, so if
Yeah,
he gets hit by like let's say like Arcanine uses Flare Blitz on it,
yeah.
he'll get Intimidate.
You can honestly, you can even use that with your own team if you really wanted to. You know what I mean? Like, if you wanted to like give Runagigas a really good ability and then switch out your other Pokemon to reset. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of implications with Runagigas' Wandering Spirit ability. But that brings us to his Bisharp. Bisharp, Bisharp has always been pretty good, but it's kind of lackluster even with knockoff back. I mean, it's times 4 weak to fighting, which not new. I mean, Tyranitar does well, but it's just not done as well. Not just this season, but I think in the current meta, it's weird. It's not. Some Pokemon are good, and they're good
Ian
for a
knows.
long time, but then like they just start finding less usage. There's better stuff.
Ian knows how I feel about that Pokemon.
Yeah. So
I think the Sharp's some duty.
Bisharp is pretty good, though. It's still a good Pokemon. I mean, Defiant for Intimidate, which is not on the other team, I guess. Not, yeah. I don't know why he brought this, but now we have Boltund. I'm a big fan of Boltund. Right now, without its hidden ability, is still only able to use its Strong Jaw, but that's still.
It does a lot of freaking damage.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, it's like having like.
If it could learn Ice Fang, I mean.
It does work. It does work.
Yeah.
Especially.
Go ahead.
I don't know. I was just saying with all the like access to moves it gets, because it gets Crunch, it gets I think Psychic Fangs, right?
Dude, yeah. I mean, like Psychic Fangs is a huge one, and also like, its move pool is good, but it's good on both sides, and its stats are good on both sides. So when it does get competitive, like that's gonna be a dope, like mixed attacker. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. It's going to be a good Pokemon. That brings us to Dragapult. We don't really need to talk too much about Dragapult. Everybody knows that it shoots its children at people. It's a powerful, fast Pokemon. Probably the fastest, actually the fastest base speed in the meta right now, I believe.
Yeah. Period.
Period. But that doesn't have anything to do with some of these unburdened Pokemon that we have. Bringing us to the Rotom Frost, who apparently did a lot of work this week. Rotom Frost is a great bulky ice type with Levitate. I mean, ice typing makes it not as ideal, but it's still a good Rotom. I mean, he has access to Will-O-Wisp and things like that. Still a pretty good Pokemon.
Going to take huge chunks out of things.
Oh yeah, especially over here on your opposing team. Those dragons are both weak to that, so. They're going to get hit pretty hard. And then Hippowdon is going to set up Sand. It's also going to hit hard, and it is bulky. Like, you can keep a Hippowdon on there for a while, especially with maxing. I mean, God.
Oh, man, he showed me how scary that thing is under a max. It's terrifying.
So, that brings us to their results. So, let me pull that up. Are you guys ready? I'm going to wait for you to see it before I react, but boom. We're going to switch over to the results. That's Dan versus Brian. Ooh. Forgive the weird angle. People keep sending me actual photos of their systems and not a screen cap of the result.
People working harder, not smarter.
Yeah. So you have their 1-0. Really wish we had the replay on that. Now, you might say, whoa, you're leading off with a 1-0? Don't you normally save those for like the better matches later on in the stream? Well, the ones we don't have replays for, unfortunately, have some really, really good scores. So
matches.
That's going to bring us to our first actual match. Sid, you still there?
Yes, I am.
You able to not push to talk now?
No, I am not.
Man, you've got a lot of feeding to do. So, we're gonna have to do another analysis now on the next set of teams. You obviously can handle your own team, Zach. Steven or Sid, would you be able to take Justin's team, or are you too busy?
I'm still in the midst of it.
All right, I'll take Justin's team. Go ahead, Zach. This one we have a replay for, guys, so it'll stop being boring soon.
All right, so I came into this and I was just kind of like, you know what, Trick Room just absolutely makes Justin's day really bad. Like, no matter what, because like his team just does not like it at all. So I'm like, I'm leaning full hard in the Trick Room here. Like, there's not a fast Pokemon on this team. The fastest is probably Indeedee, and that's just support. Now it is kind of funny because like now you'll see this Colossal right here, and you see this Pasho Berry. This is Steam Engine Colossal. It's still like it's the regular Colossal I always bring, but Colossal also has like 30 base speed. So like the little bit of investment I put in, like 44 EVs and speed, really ain't gonna make much of a difference, under Trick Room anyway.
Yeah.
So like he's fine being
unless
in
he
here
gets
for
hit
Trick
by a
Room.
water hit move.
Right, but now here's the thing. So, he's here, he's slow, he's good under Trick Room, right? Right. I got this Jellicent here. Got the Pasho Berry on my dude, so that way it's like if Trick Room's about to end, I can target my Colossal with Scald, triggering the Pasho Berry, and then Steam Engine's going to roll over for like the next 6 turns.
Set you up for speed sweeps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it's like I can go for it if it's ideal.
Yeah, awesome. And that brings us to your Jellicent.
Yep, Jellicent here. This is like just kind of like my Bulkymon, here to just ensure that Trick Room can go off no matter what, and can tank through. The really only thing he was scared of on this team is the Manectric, and that was like not really a huge issue with all the support I get.
Yeah.
Indeedee here, here obviously to support the team. Indeedee going up against her little brother, in this matchup. So very, very much more tanky, a little slower, has a much wider range of utility. Copper here. You see the life orb on it. It is sheer force Copper. So yeah, this life orb Iron Head is gonna do some serious damage to whatever it hits.
And it's slow.
And it's slow. And then Assault Vest Vigavolt. This was actually like my original Dynamax target because I'm like, he doesn't have anything on his team that I'm afraid of as far as Vigavolt, as far as like rock moves go, fire moves. He doesn't really have a lot that can touch it. So Assault Vest Vigavolt Dynamax is just pretty freaking scary for him.
You tell him.
Will you stop? Swear to God.
And then last but not least, we got G-Max Hadarina to be really scary under Trick Room.
Well, I can take Justin's team now.
All right.
So, Indeedee, that's female, right? Or is that
male?
That's a male. So it's going to set up the terrain with Slurpuff, Unburden. That's pretty...
No, they're pretty big piece of shit.
It is a piece of shit. It sucks.
No.
But luckily, what Zach was talking about, putting it up Trick Room, that's kind of fucked it. G-Max Kingler, I would assume. Then we also got the Manectric. Manectric also has access to Lightning Rod, doesn't it?
Yes. Lightning Rod. It also got
mute your mic.
Yeah.
It does have overheat and access to Lightning Rod.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, the overheat. But you got Assault Vest. She'll be fine. I mean, whatever. What is this Pokemon's name?
Orbeetle.
Or Orbeetle, right? Setting up screens, doing what it does. He's been using Ally Switch a lot with it, which was it thrown me off when we played. And then Umbreon being its tanky, beastly self. I don't know. Does it have access to Yawn this match?
I don't think he uses it. Yeah, I don't believe he uses it for this one.
And we don't have the item sets for these guys. I mean, we know that Slurpuff probably has Misty Berry or Misty Seed.
Right.
That's about it, right?
About it.
Yeah. So that's it for Justin's team.
Yeah, Justin's team, man. So Justin's got a pretty good team, but he doesn't do a lot of shifting, and I think because of that, his team's become very stagnant. I mean,
Zach was ready prepared for it. He knew that Unburden was coming with the Misty Seed. I mean, it's a great setup, but I mean, if you use the same setup over and over and over and over and over and over again, it becomes predictable.
Yep.
Predictable.
Yeah, predictable.
All right, so that brings us into, I got to reverse the actual timestamp. We're going to go right back to 0-0 and watch this go down. Everybody ready?
Yeah, man. Let's fire it up.
Alright,
Not
man.
watching, but yeah.
Oh, you're not going to watch the match? Okay.
Well, I couldn't. I just happened to pull up the screenshot of the.
Are you on your computer?
Oh, fair enough. Zach versus Justin. All right, you ready?
All right,
Yeah.
ready? All right, 1, 2, 3, go! We're off! Stone Cold Steve Austin coming in. We already talked about the team, so we can kind of just pontificate here. My money, unfortunately for Justin, is on Zach. You might think, like, I rag on Justin a lot about trading and stuff like that. I don't dislike him. I just think that, like, he's one of the players like Brian who's not as involved in the proceedings in general. And because of that, like,
Well, he's kind of hard to get a hold of too. Like I know.
yeah,
when
I mean,
was
he
setting up my
works.
match
He
with
works
him.
pretty busy. Yeah, he's a pretty busy guy. But I think it equates to, like, when you're new to the league and you don't participate a lot or talk to people a lot. You don't have any more feedback. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And,
I'm
like,
not gonna lie. I actually started doing a lot better once I started talking to you, Zach, and Jay. Kind of just my thought process on what I'm gonna do this week or what
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna have concerns with. You
Yeah.
know, at the end of the day, I don't want to talk to you guys because you guys are gonna be my opponent at the end of the day. But it definitely has helped my gameplay.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, sometimes you're gonna have those. It's great when you already have that person out of the way too. But, like, with sparring, practicing with your team, I think that's a really good one. I know right now online is pretty crappy, so if like as far as what you're gonna go up against, mostly Ubers. But if you can find somebody to go up against in the league to spar against, awesome. If not, just at least practice your team in a match, even against Ubers and stuff. See how your team works. Get familiar with it, so in the heat of the moment, you don't make a mistake.
Yeah.
Speaking of heat of the moment, we're off, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, here we go. All right, we lead double in DDD. Now, they
Double
both have
goes-
terrain, so his goes off and takes precedent.
Yep.
Do they have the same terrain?
They have the same exact terrain.
Okay,
it's
so
not
it
gonna-
is irrelevant.
Yeah. Can't change a terrain to same terrain.
So, what was your NDDD's purpose coming out since you already knew the terrain was coming up?
Well, just so to get the redirection support to ensure that Trickroom goes off no matter what.
Follow me. Yep.
And he actually was really kind of messed up by D&DD coming in right away. He said he was not expecting this lead, and it just really kind of messed him up.
Do you guys, can you ever really expect your opponent? Sometimes you see it and you're like, okay, J-Wade's gonna set Sun and have a chlorophyll user. But, like, sometimes you can't really predict your opponent's
Fully predict what's
open
coming
as
up.
much. I think it's best to focus on what your strongest
What your
possible open
strategy
is.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's fair.
And he actually
Yeah,
goes
'cause
with
you're gonna stress yourself out and pull your hair out trying to figure out what they're gonna do. Just worry about
Yeah.
what you're gonna do.
How do I get a free kill on them by having advantage on turn one? You know what I mean? Like, don't focus so much on that. Focus on your strategy and building it. So you set up Trick Room here, and you're like, where do I go with this? Where am I going with it?
What do I do? What do I do?
All right, I'm gonna bait out a protect. Is that what's happening?
Oh, funny enough that you named her Charlotte. That's my mother's name.
Aw,
All right.
named it right after your mama.
And the city where we live in. Well, where I live.
I didn't even think of that. That's funny as hell.
You didn't think about that? You seriously didn't think about that?
Well,
I
just
honestly
didn't think
thought-
about that.
I
Y'all
thought it
named
was
Charlie.
Yeah, no, I thought that was the reason. Are you protecting? What's happening?
No.
Make a choice.
Well, I was kind of messed up because the bug comes in, and I'm kind of afraid of getting hit by a bug buzz that is going to be super effective. So I'm like, let me see what I can do here. And you also got to remember, I just took -2 special defense because of the fake tears that hit Indeedee.
Mhm.
Really
So,
taking
a
the
bug
time
buzz
there.
will Probably
you're-
okay.
I get that you got to be smart about it. So you're maxing out Hatterene now, and you're
Mhm.
pulling the G-Max Hatterene's move.
Mm-hmm.
You and I playtested this team and my team pretty extensively before either of us battled. I'll
Yeah.
say it's cool. It's not super great, but it's not bad either because it's annoying at best. I mean, at worst. You know what I mean? Like, it's annoying at worst. But the doubles confusion can really screw some people up. I mean, imagine having to go through a check every turn and then they paralyze you or something. You got to go through a second, para flinching, para confusion, like
Yeah.
all the checks that you set up for your opponent to prevent them from doing things, and really screws them up. So he
Yep.
goes through the actual confusion, gets the cotton guard up and the boost.
The confusion never hurts them, does it?
It will if they hit themselves.
No. But I'm saying, and during this match, I watched this match. I don't think the confusion ever.
So he sets up Trick Room. Now that's interesting because you were saying like Trick Room obviously is his weakness here against his team. So now he's actually reversed your Trick Room, which is pretty cool. But
Yeah,
I
so
might have
now-
gone for a Bug
yeah.
Buzz.
But yeah, no, I mean it is clutch, because now it's like I'm in a
Ugh.
weird situation where it's like I can't.
And
put
you
back
can't
up
even
Trick
say-
Room
yeah,
'cause
yeah,
I'm G-Max. Yeah.
Exactly.
So he has put me in a weird spot here, but I'm just like, all right, this beetle, I should have dealt with this last turn like I was going to. I was debating on doing the Phantasm right away. I did not, but hey, we are definitely now realizing that this bug has got to go. Straight up.
He's been bringing that bug most weeks. He really likes it.
I mean, I'm a
these
fan
theory
of
that
it.
he had, he's brought them each week, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's brought this team the whole time, hasn't he?
I don't know about the same team.
I'd,
You know what?
I'd say like maybe
do
I'll
some
swap
research. Do some research.
Or
Well, you could
flip
say that
flop.
about my team too. All right, so you get basically a double kill here, right? Or no? Nope.
No.
Lucas faints
No,
though.
no.
All right, now
No, I
so it
got
was a
one
trade.
turn.
That's what happened. It was you lost
Yeah.
your Pokemon and he lost his Pokemon.
So I got one turn of his G-Max left. I do not have Trick Room set up, so now he's free to do whatever he wants.
And
I don't.
he has
I
his
lost my
max
file when he
available.
loser. Yep. So he can do a number of things here that can be really terrifying to deal with. And I'm just like, all right, well, I can't set up Trick Room with Hatterene, so let me bring in my other Trick Room user and set it up.
Man.
Setting bombs.
Somebody
TJ
from
wants
Hot
to commentate his own match, but we'll see.
Does he have the credentials?
I need his resume. No, for real though, I am trying to get him a
His
job,
resume.
and he's been like putting his resume together. I'm like, come on, man, put it together.
I thought he already worked for you.
Man, yeah, I'm trying to get the fuck out of Best Buy. And he's just saying a big old suck my dick to Best Buy. Here comes the attacks. I was wondering if we were gonna see a Max Kingler, a G Max Kingler.
Never.
I think at this point he knows the Trick Room's coming. He's just trying to do the most amount of damage he can without wasting his max yet.
That's what. So let me check. On this. What that G Max Kingler actually does. G Foam Burst. A water type Gigantamax Kingler uses harshly lowers the speed. That would be bad news for this matchup.
Exactly. Like it doesn't
Make
really
them
do a lot.
slower. And you get the Yoko again. Due in no small favor to the actual terrain that's set up.
Mm-hmm. That's why this lead is so scary, because it's like I can just do so much damage with it, like, and just shift the momentum so much.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you
It's
can't
good
even,
to
like,
know.
rank
Honestly,
your-
I gotta be ready for that.
Jot the
Can't
notes
rank your
down.
taunt, can't fake out. Your options are pretty limited.
Draw me
on
like
what
one of
you
your
do.
French girls.
What?
How much for a logo, Steven? I'm trying to get a team logo. I've only been a franchise for a while. I think that it's finally time that I invest in my team.
You got one from Jackson. Be happy with it.
First of all, I got the Murasama Media logo, which is awesome. I got that from Jackson. It's awesome.
He wants the exclusive.
I want the
ENDLC
T-shirt for the
Ocean
team.
City.
Ocean City
Oh,
Eevees.
whatever. Nobody cares about your Eevee.
Ian
You don't
cares.
care-
I fucking
don't
give a
care.
fuck, bro. I've been this team for 5 seasons almost.
You don't care about your team, or you would have kept Eevee on it.
Bro, listen. Somebody was holding my Vaporeon hostage.
Oh, do you want this Vaporeon, bro?
I already made my trade this week. Sorry.
There's
You
always
wouldn't
next
get it.
week.
I got
You
my
can
low
throw
tick.
it off. That's
I got
fine.
my low
That's fine.
tick.
You wouldn't get it.
Alright,
even if you
so
had it.
he's
You've
maxing
never
this
smart.
thing. He's wishing and, oh, god damn it, why doesn't it have its mega form so I can get an Intimidate off? Wouldn't even matter here, but doesn't that know Fire Fang?
He has overheat.
Oh.
Overheated.
Chooses the absolute wrong move. Did you switch that in this turn, though?
Yeah, I just switched
Okay,
it.
okay. I mean, you could probably have, you could have inferred that you were gonna, you know what I mean? Like,
But remember,
I could have thought.
Jellicent was out there, so you're not just gonna use a fire attack on a water type.
Well, here's the deal. That's what I'm saying. Jellicent is out there. You're either gonna protect or you're gonna switch out into a Pokemon that I know can eat a Max Lightning.
Or I just attack.
You could have attacked, yeah, but then, you know, fuck it. I set up Sun, and it makes your water weaker.
Yeah, you live and learn, right?
So here comes this big boy. I'm actually, the Colossal is one of my most feared Pokemon on your team, honestly, just because of its sheer potential of what it can do.
Yeah, it's definitely got a mixed bag of goodies that it can utilize. I wasn't really expecting to use this Mon this season because like I played it in game and I was like I really like it, but I don't think I'm gonna actually play with it. And then like I played with it and I just instantly.
You got your hands on that heat. Got that hands on the heat.
Oh man, just bang the dishes, he said. I fucking hate these dishes.
I tried to keep pushing talk, but you were like, no, speak your mind, kid.
Cool.
Speak your mind.
So you actually really don't do a lot of damage at all to that Manectric, which is pretty surprising.
Because he max guards. He gets the
okay, I missed the max guard, my bad. I'm not professional.
Oh, good. I mean, the max guard definitely makes sense here. Trick Room's up. He knows something's coming. Like, why not? You know, stall it out.
Yo, what's up with Jordan? It's good to have you, man. Yeah, for sure. You know that, you know, waiting out Trick Room, that's a complicated situation.
It's definitely the best way to beat Trick Room is just going double protect sometimes and just
like switching properly, you know what I mean? And then like doing kind of like baiting them thinking you're gonna protect and then getting in some offense. It's complicated, but it works.
Yep. So fun fact here, I was gonna go with
CDC
Flare
says
Blitz.
not to touch your face. I'm all touching this face.
I was gonna go with Flare Blitz on this physical Colossal set. And then, like, I did some calculations, and I realized that Colossal is pretty much heavier than anything I want to hit with a fire move, so I actually go with Heat Crash, and it does some work.
Yeah, Heat Crash, pretty cool move. I've heard words about it. So now you're set. It's all good.
I checked my turn. I got one turn of Trick Room left, so I'm like, all right, we can do this.
Go ahead.
The time is now.
Both his Pokemon are weak to your Victory Viper. Neither have pretty much access to anything that can damage it.
Right.
It's bad news bears.
Yeah. And this so this Heat Crash, you know, I did the calcs. I know how much.
I like Angel in the outfield, you piece of shit.
I know how much his team weighs, so Heat Crash is gonna do the full base 120 damage.
Bull Durham's the best baseball movie. Fuck you.
I swear to God, Ian, if you don't fucking mute your mic while you're doing that shit.
Hey, it's banter.
With people that aren't in the freaking Discord.
No, here's the deal. He's on screen.
Who?
Jackson, you can see him right. You can see him right here.
No, I can't.
Alright, so he eats that a little bit, but then the Heat Crash comes in, and like the comet that killed the dinosaurs, that Pokemon is extinct.
The goat goes down.
Dead Pokemon. Just like the manga.
And now the dimensions are returned to normal, but
who gives a fuck?
At this point, yeah, who cares?
Cabbage.
Yeah, for real though.
Here for like 20 minutes, lol.
Hey, good to have you. Welcome back.
This is what I should have did to Jordan last week, but
Hey, don't even worry about it, Jordan.
I was.
Wait, you lost to Jordan last week?
Bad.
Yeah,
wait, you're the only one that's lost to Jordan?
Whoa, hey, I think Jordan has 2 wins.
No, he's got one.
Ooh. Well, we'll see what happens next, because that match is coming right up.
I don't want to see it. I'm so upset.
What?
I told him. I'm so upset at Jordan this week.
Oh, you aren't
Okay.
the only one that's upset at
Hey,
Jordan.
shut up with the forecasting. All right. We're gonna skip. We're gonna skip and go ahead and bring up one of the matches that we don't have access to.
Which one is that?
That is gonna be. Oh wait, what? How many? Who? Stephen B versus Jay Wade.
Okay, let me pull up the preview.
With interest in.
What the hell?
All right, Jude,
Oh,
come
yeah.
on, Jude.
Yeah, give me a sec. Hold on. I gotta push talk.
Jude's got a lot of opinions.
Woof woof.
I know, right? So Steven versus Jay Wade. So it's an interesting story. Jay Wade, second season officially. He was in our off seasons and some other tournament stuff. He did really well in off season, the last one, which was a mini draft, where he actually won the title of off season champ, which isn't a real thing. But technically, if it was a real thing, he would have won it.
It's a real thing.
If it was a real thing, he would have had it. He actually brings Stephen B on. They know each other somehow, and Stephen B joins our group, and subsequently the season, which brings us to this match here. So they're basically rivals. Is this what I'm trying to say here? Stephen B's been having a decent season actually, despite some he's like half and half, and he was at one point even in the top 4 with his performance. So he's had a hit or miss. He picked up Machamp last one, and he's basically a Trick Room team to the core. That it's not just his core; it's his whole fucking thing. And we've talked about a lot of these Pokemon before from his team, so we don't really need to go through much. The Alcremie does know that Decorate. He's bringing that Turtonator back. Maybe we'll see something out of it, even though we don't have a replay, so it doesn't matter. Now, this Machamp is a Guts Machamp with Facade and a couple other moves. And then...
Facade?
What's that?
Facade?
Facade.
It's Facade. I know.
Okay. So, Jay Wade bringing... kind of like a very similar team to what he has been bringing, but like a little mixed up. 2 grass types on a sun team.
I think Passimian's new. Yeah.
Well, he brought Passimian last week, but it is one of the newer Pokemon that he has been bringing because he just got it last week. But the Jolteon is brand new, and I don't think he's brought Grimmsnarl. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, this is his Sun Core team. I think Rillaboom is really at a detriment in this team, though, because of the sun, kind of brings him down a little bit. Grimmsnarl, his best supporter Pokemon, arguably. Jolteon is a great pivot Pokemon and can hit pretty hard. It's also super fast. So Pokemon, his whole team is based off of speed here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can see what he was doing by leading Grimmsnarl and Rillaboom.
So I know if you haven't paid attention, that's not necessarily the lead. That's just the team preview. So here's the deal. Even if you did a little bit of research, you would have seen that Stephen B is pretty much, he's gonna Trick Room. That's what he's doing. Your whole team is based off of speed. That's your whole thing. Especially this team. If you had maybe anticipated that a little bit more, what you have Trick Room to reverse his Trick Room, etc. We're not going to get into that. Let's get on to the results.
Stephen B.
So hungry.
I'm eating
Yes,
right now,
that
it's
would
delicious.
be Stephen B's victory by 2. So apparently not a bad match.
Hey,
Jay Wade didn't necessarily keel over.
Did Jay Wade? Did anyone tell Jay Wade that Trick Room sucks?
No, he thought that it sucked, and it ended up really kicking his ass. Well, not really. I mean, he did get... Alright, so the story goes that the Machamp got like a critical hit on the Facade.
Sucks, guys.
Something like that, but yeah, the Trick Room did really...
You got something with Dog.
Hey man, I've got Grimmsnarl, he's got priority all the time, like who gives a fuck?
Yeah, who cares? Trick Room sucks. He was adamant about it, man. He was
Been having a rough season, Jay Wade, but don't give up yet. I think you got it in you. You just got to turn it around with maybe mid-season, which is going to be announced tonight.
That makes one of us.
All right.
What's next?
So, that brings us to the actual match that we have a recording of, which would be myself
Ugh.
versus Jordan.
Ugh.
Here
Jordan,
comes the self-gloating.
if you would like to defend yourself, you may enter the chat at any time. I know that
Jordan, you better come in here and defend yourself.
I know
He
that these
can't
guys
defend
wanna.
himself. Do you see what's on the bottom of his list?
Oh man, these guys want the smoke, Jordan. They've been talking
You
shit
see-
about you every week, man.
You see that Mon, that Disney freaking character that's on the bottom of his team?
I'm stalling. Wait,
He can't defend himself.
like you talking about the Greedent?
Yeah.
So Greedent
That
actually
trash.
probably the most powerful Pokemon in our entire meta.
That's sad.
Has access to Prism Armor and so I guess he's not coming. I was stalling. Hopefully to entice him to come, but he's not. So I would like to put you in charge of his team, Steven.
Jay in the chat.
Oh God.
Secret on Jordan's team.
Oh, you know what?
What
You
the
get
fuck is
cleaner.
your
If you're
level?
available, you could come in and you could say your piece on this team.
Yeah,
I
please
think
do.
I think I can talk to my teams.
No, you don't get to talk about your team. You don't get to talk about your
Oh
team.
snap!
Team
Oh
sucks.
snap!
Who dat?
Oh snap! I don't know if you have push to talk on, Jordan, but we can't hear you.
Oh, Jordan.
Hey, yo, bros, guess what?
Mm-hmm.
Here he comes.
George's in the chat.
Heard you
Have you started the match yet?
shit.
Not yet.
Okay, so basically, Zach, I just heard you mention Greedent. Greedent is trash. I just want to throw that out there.
Whoa! Hey, we talked about a way that Greedent
It
couldn't be
is.
trash, but
It's
yeah,
You're right.
But yeah, he is.
You're right. But
It's-
Greedent's trash. I committed last weekend to full Trick Room. I was like, yo, Greedent's mad slow. And his attack, I was under the impression his attack was like 120. It's base 95, so I was a little misguided there. But,
Gotta do your,
Yeah,
you know,
Greedent's
gotta
just
do your
not good.
research, guys. Greedent
Oh,
is good, man.
for sure. I
Belly
just wanna throw that
drum,
out.
belly drum with a boosting berry that like boosts his speed, and then he gets the heal off a cheek pouch. That's not bad.
You're right. He's bad. Maybe I was just using it poorly, and I've been playing bad this season, so maybe that's it. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
If
I'm
he
going
had
back to
quick
viewing.
attack,
Right.
at least if he had quick attack, I could respect it more. But he doesn't. He's trash.
So
That's actually surprising.
That-
I'm surprised he doesn't.
that's the first thing you gotta say about him. What's the next thing you guys? I see you got the aromatis last week from Wade.
Okay,
Jordan,
so
I'm gonna need you
actually,
to reply to Jay in the Twitch chat because he's going off.
okay, hold on. I'm not on Twitch chat right now.
I
just
will
on
read it
Discord.
to you. Jay says, every time I see Greedent on Jordan's team, I want to fucking give him my whole team. Just borrow Gerudalon for a week. I'll give you anything. I'm finished roasting Jordan on stream. Chat only for now.
Bro,
Why do you bust trash, psychopath?
That's fair.
Who's mans?
Why do you bring trash
Jay
in
was-
psychopath?
Jay was snapping. Hold on, the babies are crying. I gotta say this real quick.
All right.
So there was a point in the match. There was a point in the match where I could have turned it around. I could have ally switched.
Whoa, we're not talking about
my-
the results yet.
Okay, you're right. I'll talk about it later. You guys go ahead. I gotta get to this
Okay,
crime.
all right,
I'll let you guys-
all right. So, Zach, you can finish his team up real quick.
Okay, so we already talked about how trash Greedent is.
He
Delmize-
said aromatis, I think.
Okay, that's cool. Delmize, I like Delmize a lot. Anchor Shot is a really sick move, and pretty good for this Clefable right here. So I'm a fan of it personally. Crawford Grigus, did a lot of work.
I
versus
totally
me
forgot
last
about
week.
Steelworker. When he used Acre Shot on me, I was like, oh yeah.
Yep, can stab on steel moves. Crawford
Be right back.
Grigus
All right.
did a lot of freaking work versus me last week, and will probably do a lot of work right here, and especially if you can get a little lisp off on the Durant or the Araquanid, can be really dangerous. to deal
Arachnid
with.
can't be Will-O-Wisp.
He can't.
Not with Water Bubble.
Water bubble. Pretty good.
Yeah, that Pokemon is pretty good.
He's okay. Lapras here, obviously can set up some screens, can do some pretty scary stuff. Nothing new there. And This Mudsdale. I miss my horse so much. Jordan, give it back to me. Give me back my horse.
You can always
I'll,
give back horses.
I'll give you anything. You can have Colossal. I don't care. I want my horse.
Oh man, so he's not gonna give it to you though?
No, he won't. And then we got Aromatisse. This ugly pink blob thing that.
First of all,
Ian
she's a
likes.
bad bitch. Anyway, over to my
Oh
team.
my god.
We got Durant again. I didn't really get to use him last week, and the week
Garbage.
before that, he died in one hit after
Oh,
he's garbage.
missing twice.
Man.
Anyway,
With what? What move did he use? What move
rock
did he
slide.
use?
Oh wow.
Anyway,
Just
anyway,
like that
so-
dude had
so-
perfect accuracy in the first
I'm gonna
place.
bring him over. I'm pretty confident in Durant this week. He doesn't have a lot of things that can know fire type things, and I can handle that. Clefable again with the support set, although this one's a little bit different. It has a move called Life Dew on it, which heals both itself and its partner. Pretty awesome move there. And it's unaware, so like I can use Follow Me support, and then I can also heal both of us at the same time. That's rocking an Iapapa Berry. Cinderace can hit hard. He's got a Mega Berry on him. I put Iron stuff on him for his Fairy types and his Lapras, and his other Ice Pokemon, and Pyro Ball just in general. I mean, Pyro Ball, even things that it's not effective against, it hits like a truck. And then I put Court Change on this for his Aurora Veil. If he set up as Aurora Veil, I was just gonna Court Change on his ass.
I'm gonna steal that shit.
And now here's where the team gets a little risky. I have some fast Pokemon, but I got a lot of slow Pokemon. My team would really benefit from Trick Room, but at the same time, my Trick Room, I don't have any setters. So,
Because Trick Room sucks.
and yeah, and well, no, but so I'm going up against his team. He's definitely going to set up Trick Room. He has some of the best Trick Room setters in the game. Not to mention Aromatisse herself prevents us from taunting or anything, preventing that from happening. So there's no way I can stop Trick Room. So what I decided to do was lean into it a little bit. I brought the Araquanid, who's a great Pokemon in general. And it also is kind of slow. It's not too slow, though. This has weakness policy. It's so bulky that even if you were to hit it with something that was super effective, it's probably going to survive and trigger a weakness policy. Not to mention, I'm supporting it with Raichu for Lightning Rod. So basically, you're going to want to hit it with a Rock-type move, which it can pretty much do. It can eat most Rock-type moves. Unless you have Stab and you're a really powerful Pokemon. It's just bulky. Raichu, like I said, there to do Fake Out, Encore stuff, as well as support Araquanid with Lightning Rod. And then here's me leaning into his Trick Room. This is a negative speed, zero speed, or negative speed nature, zero IV speed Appleton. Super fucking slow. And bulky in general, so it's usually going to move last anyway, so I don't care if it's slow. It's great if his Trick Room is up. So I can't set up my own Trick Room. I also can't stop him from setting up Trick Room. I'm just going to let him set up Trick Room so I can use it. And that's pretty much the core of this team here.
All right.
All right.
I'm ready to kick it off.
Yeah, I'm ready. Is you with us?
Steven dead.
Sid?
Steven died by his dog.
You with us, Sid? Okay, we'll start it with
Yeah.
Adam. So ready?
Yeah.
All right, 1, 2, 3, go. I don't think that TJ is going to get off of work in time to commentate his own match, unfortunately.
Well, man, if you like Aromatisse so much, why don't you just fucking get it?
I tried to for weeks actually, and he was like stringing me along.
Mm.
Sounds about right.
Aromatisse is some ass. She's ugly, hairy, and not good.
She is awesome.
No, she.
Whose girlfriend are we talking about?
Aromatisse.
Aromatisse, garbage.
What is going on in chat? Yeah, I'm already ready. I actually, not to brag,
Hmm?
you guys know I
Something's going
love
on,
to.
That is
But
definitely your bay.
I I'm pretty quick on the draw lately. I've been like when I see a Pokemon a team, I pretty much pick my lead and then I just click 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 click, uh, go into that and I get all my Pokemon. So Araquanid, all those ready to go. I'm gonna lead in with the Raichu and the Araquanid, I believe is what I did, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, man. I need to change my outfit.
Yeah, it's getting kind of old school. I've been changing my outfit like every 2 weeks. I've just been getting like just trying some new stuff. Got like the Vikavolt like themed fit on.
Alright. So I'm pretty much just gonna obviously I can't fake out the Copper Gigas. I'm just gonna fake out the Aromatisse. Like, why not? Copper Gigas is gonna get Trick Room up anyway. And with that, I'm able to do some other stuff with my Araquanid. I think I used Poison Jab on him, right? I'm double targeting the Aromatisse.
I'm not sure.
Alright, so he actually was thinking hard, I guess, on this one. You see me like splashing my logo over there? I'm like,
Yeah, it was
I'm like
really-
kind of just bored. Like, when make your move, man. Yeah, you should have
Man,
protected. I
give
was just
people-
thinking about
give
that.
give people time to think. It's not
So
anyone else's fault that your team is too bulky and you go into time all the time.
I faked out and I went for the poison jab, doing almost half damage, and he flinches. Now Trick Room goes up. I don't know what he had planned to do, but like with that turn that he flinched, but it didn't end up going through. But now he has leftovers, so I know Aromatisse is going to be a problem. But I'm not really phased by either of these people with my bug, so I'm debating whether I should Dynamax. I figure I'll just lean into it and go for the liquidation because they'll probably anticipate the poison jab by switching or protecting, and then I'll just Thunderbolt whatever comes in place for the Aromatisse, I think is what I did, right? Oh no, I double targeted Copper Gigas this time, which ended up actually working out. So he brings in Lapras, which gets the water absorb.
And you're kind of wild for that, honestly. Like, don't be wrong, like, it worked out, but, like, you're kind of wild for even doing that because, like, that Mummy would have just completely raped your Araquanid's water bubble.
That's true.
If that went through.
That's actually a really good point. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, that would have sucked ass.
So
like,
now I'm definitely not worried about either of these Pokemon. I'm gonna go ahead and max and use I think I used Gmax Flutterby or Flutterby whatever on Dehelmis because I wanted to just do some good damage. I was seeing how much I could actually get out on it too, hoping maybe I could get an Oko. I wasn't sure. But I know that he wants to do something about my Raichu, so I got to reset Fake Out too. I bring in that Marvin the Martian. We like lose viewers whenever we're talking team comp.
Yeah,
and then we gain but we gain. Yeah, I mean, it's just like we gotta talk about it.
Stop. We're just gonna. Just, like, we know what the Mons do.
Alright, so I'm going max with this one. Really... And this is a weakness policy set. So first of all, with Aqua Bubble already, it doubles the power of the water moves, right?
I don't think it doubles. I just think it like strengthens it.
Let me check the specifics real quick. Araquanid, because I was just doing the math the other day on it. And he also gets Stab on the water move as well. So Water Bubble, decrease Fire type power by 50%, increase Water power by 100%. So it doubles 2 stages before adding Stab, and it prevents burn. So basically, you get 2.5 off bat with Water Bubble, 2.5 damage times with your water moves. He just
That's
triggered,
pretty wild.
yeah, right? He just triggered my weakness policy. So now I'm hitting, without Rain Up, I'm hitting for 4.5 times damage with my water move. But instead of doing that, I just want to take care of this Lapras. I'm going G Flutterby.
It's
And
170 base liquidation without stab included.
yeah,
That's what Jordan. That's what Jay just said.
without stab included, and it can set its own rain.
Mm-hmm. Araquanid is a trash Pokemon.
And it's bulky. So he goes for the Protect, which I kind of anticipated. So I go for the Max Flutterby. I knew that even if he protected, I could at least get through the Protect and lower his special attack a little bit more. And he just, this is when, as soon as I saw this, I was like, oh, he has Steelworker, doesn't he?
Honestly, switching out the Coffer Gigas like that was just really bad. Man, I love the animation.
But you
on that
also,
move.
there's no way he could have seen me using Thunderbolt on his Coffer Gigas. Like,
Well, I mean, he could have figured it because Coffer Gigas. Is
I
fucking-
literally didn't think he was going to bring in Lapras, though, so that was just
I know,
Providence. You know what I mean?
that wasn't a good idea to bring it in versus a lightning type anyway.
So now I'm like, even though he's got that water type Pokemon out there, my dragon's not, my ice type Pokemon out there, my dragon's not really scared of anything he's got out here. He's chill. So, and Trick Room's up still, so I'm probably the fastest Pokemon on the team. I'm going to go ahead and just Apple Acid him and kill off that Lapras, who just protected. He's got no choice. Even if he switches in something, that's a free Apple Acid. Awesome. And the G-Max Flutterby is going to kill Delmise. Yep, Apple Acid to Oko's the Lapras. And an unnecessary crit. We're famous for those. I need a soundboard, man. Unnecessary crit. Max Flutterby takes out the Delmise. I'm still not quite sure how to say that one.
Delmise.
And the Twisted Dimensions return to normal.
Actually, it might be Delmise, like Demise.
Yeah.
Delmise.
The Twisted Dimensions return to normal. So now Trick Room's not up. I know my dragon's not the fastest Pokemon on the field anymore, but he brings out Coffer Gigas again and Mudsdale. And now my max is also over. So, but what he's not thinking about is the fact that this bug has +2 stages of attack, plus Water Bubble, plus Stab on Liquidation, which lowers defense anyway.
It's too strong. Too many boosts.
And so he gets hit with. I go ahead and just Leech Seed the Coffer Gigas because I know it's going to be hard as hell to take that Pokemon out over time. And I might as well poke at it every turn and get a little bit of HP for it. And then
Araquanid got 6 legs and it can't hold all these boosts.
Yeah, I know, dude. And it's about to hit. Check it out. I was like, I knew he had a max too, so I was like, I wonder who he's going to use it on. And then he uses it on Mudsdale, and I was like, come on. Like, I was like, come on. It's got to be enough boost, right? Even with how powerfully defensive that Pokemon is, I Oko that max Pokemon.
Like a butter knife, man. Like just
cut
spreading that butter
right through it,
as if like that mon just had nothing.
And
nothing.
Jordan's probably feeling pretty bad right now.
That sucks.
And he sets Trick Room back up, which after he did that, I just Leech Seeded his Coffer Gigas, and now my dragon is one of the fastest Pokemon on the field again.
It makes you wonder if it would have just honestly been better off to Dynamax the Coffer Gigas. Like honestly, like it could have done like some decent damage, you know, Max Phantasms.
Yeah, exactly. Like he could have done some stuff.
But here is this trash ass Disney character just
You
sitting
do hate
here.
to see it. And he's got 3 Pokemon left. Now Greedent can't really do much. Neither of these Pokemon can do much to me. I got so many boosts on this Araquanid right now that, like, I'm cooling.
Yeah, but like he's weak to it, so it's like, what's the point of trying to do a max Rockfall if it's like you're weak to the move? If anything, maybe max guard at least and try and do
Yeah,
a
he
trick
could have
room.
baited me with a Max Guard and set up Trick Room, and then it would have been different, actually, because I outsped the Mudsdale at that point. So he would have sped past me with the Mudsdale the next turn. But then
Yeah.
my Dragon might have killed him with Apple Acid.
No, not in one shot, not at full health. No way.
Oh yeah, you're
Especially because it's probably Assault Vested.
good point. But lowers that special defense. Anyway, he gets off
But
this,
honestly, Copper Gigas isn't a slouch either, so I would have liked to see what it could have done. Or
and without stab, a lot of the rock type moves that hit Araquanid,
No,
like he eats.
that's fair, Jordan. That's super fair, honestly. I understand that. I just think Copper Gigas is actually just so hard to take down that over time it would have done some pretty huge damage.
Well, I had just seeded it too, so keep that in mind.
No, I'm talking about like straight up when he came out, because he was
Yeah.
at full health when he came out, and then
Well, I mean, yeah, but like that turn, I seeded it.
yeah. So who cares? It's seed.
All right. So
I'm just saying. Like
I
what is that?
I got all the boosts in the world here. I'm just gonna Apple S. I mean, I figured I'd just poison that jab that Pokemon. He might protect whatever, and if it doesn't kill, I'll kill him with the Leech Seed. I
I'm
eat
just
that,
saying.
and then this
Wait.
is wild. He doesn't double target the apple, and so I just am
like
good.
at this point, you got to realize that no matter what you do, you're not winning this match. So you just got to take out some Mons, like straight up. Like fuck doing smart plays, just take out Mons.
And
like,
the boosts make it so Aromatisse can't survive the poison jab.
That way
Now
you can,
all I have to worry about is the Coffergigas.
that way you can make that plus minus like a little different.
And here, I'm not gonna lie, and you can be mad about it. I straight pulled an Aris move. I was like, just in case he can kill the Puff, I'm gonna pull it out.
I think honestly the best play he could have done was probably bring out the Coffergigas and bring out the Aromatisse, set up the Trick Room of Aromatisse, and just Dynamax the Coffergigas and just try and get some KOs off of that alone. And
So-
that would have probably made his plus minus a little different at least.
Yeah, I pulled out Appleton just in case he got the kill and brought in Cinderace because I'm ready to just shut the rest of the team down. I mean, it's just Coffergigas now, and I wanted to pad my score. I'm not gonna lie. I eat the Shadow Ball, and the boosted Liquidation just OHKOs Coffergigas.
Mike, you already missed it. He got weakness policy triggered off. That's the boost he's talking about.
Plus
On
the
the
Water
other-
Bubble and Stab.
Yeah, Araquanid got weakness policy off.
So, not a terrible match. I just I leaned into it at the right time. He switched in the wrong times. You know what I mean? Like, I got lucky with the Thunderbolt.
Why do you always make these bad matches second just because you're in it?
Your match was just as bad, so I just...
It was a 5-0!
Yeah, your match was a 5-0.
No, it was a 4-0.
Oh, well,
Bias.
No, my match was first the last, 3 weeks, so that, that had a little something to do with it. Alright, so this next match... Oh, look at... So here we go. TJ recording from the Wycom screen again. But we're gonna skip from that one and go ahead and talk about the last of the cool non-recorded matches. And that would be... Jay the Cleaner Delgado versus Aris the 3-time champ
Tramp.
Blitz. I didn't say that. Now, if
That's
you're
right.
here, Jay, feel free to hop in. You can talk about your team, and you can talk about your match a little before
Nobody
we reveal
wants
it.
Jay here.
I
He's-
would love to have Jay here, man.
No. Jay wouldn't want Jay to be here.
I can see it.
I can see it.
So Aris's team, you could take that one because I feel like you know him better.
Do I?
I mean,
No.
strategically.
On a bus. Oh, dang. Okay. Be safe, bro. Don't get shanked on that bus.
Hey, bro, man, that's not how New York works.
I don't know.
It's
Dead
the
ass B
subways.
dead ass B. Is that how it works? Dead ass. Do you dead ass know?
All right.
Dead
Listen,
ass
just talk about a Reese's
B.
team.
Dead ass. Timberlands. New York City.
Talk about
Big
a Reese's.
Apple.
Talk about a Reese's team.
Dead ass. Okay. So here's E-Ray's team. We got Torko here, choice specs. Obviously here to do some damage.
I don't
Don't
like
really know
Torkoal.
why. Hmm.
I fucking
You don't
hate
like it?
Torkoal, man. He's so hard to kill.
Well, that's your problem, dude. That's what he's supposed to do. He's a turtle. He's supposed to be bulky. So anyway, Torkoal here to do some damage. KO some things really hard with those choice spec boosted heat waves probably. We got Scarf Darmanitan here. Under the sun, this thing is probably going to hit like a freaking truck. And do some serious damage. We got Maractus here, Chlorophyll more than likely. It's got the sash so that little stupid cactus doesn't die to like, just like anything. We got this Prankster Riolu here. Riolu's got a really cool kit of moves it can use to help support its team. Scrafty here, an old veteran favorite, fake out assault vest. Here to just put the bee's knees to these physical mons.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, the fake out support from Galarian Mr. Trash.
With a life
here,
orb.
yeah. And freeze dries are gonna hit a little hard. Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
So Jay, the maximum cleanliness team. I really wish that we had a recording for this match because, like, I want to know how it went down, man. Like, I gotta know, man. Like, if you can describe it in the chat, Jay, let me know. But I'm gonna start talking about your team. So over here we got Drapion, a really awesome poison dark type. Gonna hit pretty hard. Gonna get some knockoffs off. Can also just basically do cool shit. I don't know a lot about Drapion, honestly. I forget. Meowstick's gonna have Prankster support, probably with some screenage and things to protect his team from Reese's team. It's also gonna have access to Fake Out. The Mandibuzz is just a bulky bitch. All right, man, I'm trying, man. Come on, man. It's a bulky chick, can eat a lot of hits, roost itself back to life, and just disrupt generally the opponent's team. Now, Arcanine can be special or physical. Its special set's actually almost more popular nowadays because of maxing, probably, because it can reduce, it can come in and reduce attack with its Intimidate, and then also Snarl for a reduction in special attack. So it's a really awesome Pokemon. I don't know which set he were out there. But then the Dracozolt, I've wanted that forever. I can't wait till Dracozolt gets access to Sand Rush. Man, that's going to be awesome. And then Celebi, Master of Time and Space. This Pokemon here is pretty one note, I'm not going to lie. It can pretty much like Nasty Plot and hit hard or do like a little bit of support, like not really. It's you know, for being one of the Jack of all trade 100 across the board Pokemon, it's fairly lackluster in the Mythic department. I'm a bigger fan of Victini personally. I used to really like Celebi, but it just doesn't have the move pool.
This is why we ain't getting viewers. Hurry up.
Alright, so, man, alright, man, chill. Alright, man, chill. You guys ready for the victory screen? Before I say,
yeah.
Do you know who won already?
Yes.
Oh, damn, I was going to ask you who you thought won. Oh!
Hurry up.
So there it is. Jay wins by 1, and there was a crit at the end, according to him, on the Torkoal. We don't know if it would have survived without the crit. Who knows how it would have gone. But Jay the Cleaner cleans up with a 1-0 against the previous champ. And that would be, I think, let me pull up the spreadsheet here. I think that's his 3rd loss. So the that's his 3rd loss. So he's half and half right now. He's 50-50. And Jay takes home the victory.
Alright.
Alright, what do you say yo about? You got something funny to say?
Oh no, I was just imagining what if Jay's like in-game name was, instead of the cleaner, it was the dead ass beef.
The
Just
dead
like
ass
that'd be
beef.
so...
All right, so
I just laughed at myself about it.
yeah, it's okay. Have you been with us since we've had to do like starting from a particular timestamp because of some people?
Huh?
So switch the timestamp to 1 minute and 5 seconds.
Ew, I don't want to do that. It's
Do it
mean.
so that we can be on the same time and we can talk about their teams.
Just talk about his team.
Alright, so well you have to start at the same time as me, so minute and 5 seconds. TJ is
Okay.
bringing his unburdened fake out Hitmonlee here with Misty Seeds for the Galarian Weezing to set up terrain, who has Black Sludge. Galarian Weezings in general for him have been big shit all day. And he's been having awesome stuff. That Misty Terrain also supports him with, if he wants to get off some, fairy type moves, he can get the stab and the terrain boost. Then we get our Rotom Heat with Choice Specs, just gonna hit hard and do its job. It's bulky as hell, and he's just a really good Pokemon. I mean, we all know about Rotom Heat. He's awesome. He's got Levitate. For the Darmanitan to bust out some Earthquakes. Darmanitan has a Life Orb on it this time. That is clutch, because if he wants to max it, he can max it and still get the Life Orb boost, rather than him losing both Gorilla Tactics and a choice item thing, which neither would work in max. So it's an interesting thing, even though Gorilla Tactics will cause him to still be stuck in a move choice. Bringing us to Wishy Washy. Wishy Washy that's a Figgy Berry, right?
Yeah, Figgy Berry.
Figgy Berry, Wishy Washy, alright. I mean, he does Earthquake and stuff. He hits pretty hard. I'm not a big fan of Wishy Washy. I think he should drop
love
him,
Wishy
but
Washy.
whatever.
That thing's good. You crazy?
Alright, so Quagsire is probably one of the better Pokemon on his team. He has a Kelpsy Berry?
No, that's Rendo Berry.
Rendo Berry.
To help
For
damage from grass moves.
grass moves, right. And that Pokemon is unaware as well, so it's there to disrupt Mike's team and also just, probably poison?
Stop them Rhyperior shenanigans if it comes through.
Yeah, if it happens, if it should come through, which he did not bring Rhyperior this week. Now, why don't you talk about Mike's team? Let's speed it along.
Alright, man, we got this fake out support, freeze dry for the Quagsire, more than likely, on this rhyme. Probably all it's really there to do, really. Obviously, this Rotom is going to hit like a truck with Leaf Storm, as well as do some serious damage to his water types. Definitely has to get rid of that ASAP. Haxorus here, with Rotom Heat in the roster, Rotom in the meta in general, Mold Breaker EQ is going to do some serious work. Haxorus is a threat. We got the Centipede over here. I really don't actually know a lot about this Pokemon. A lot of Mike's matches have not been recorded, so I haven't really gotten to see a lot of what this thing can do, but he uses it pretty well from what I saw so far. Crawdaunt is going to do some serious damage, really powerful Aqua Jets. You do not want to have to deal with this thing. And then last but not least, Togekiss for the support and or sweeping rolls with weakness policy.
Okay, are you at 1 minute and 5?
Yeah.
Alright, well, let's go ahead and kick this off. 1, 2, 3, go. TJ coming fresh off of I think he lost by, what was it, 1 or something last week from Aris?
Yeah,
he was like really close.
He missed the win by one match or one mono.
And he also like could have had it a couple times if he had made a couple different choices. So he's learning. He's probably the newbie who has displayed the most progress. No offense to them. Some of them have still been winning, but I think that TJ's team composition has shown the most progress because he's not like Steven and Justin and Brian are kind of all bringing the same thing every week.
Yeah. Mike. I tried to make that point to you since I started in season 2.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying, like, I know you have been this way since we started.
We're kicking it off.
Always be this way.
We're kicking it off. He brings out Crawdon, who hits like a goddamn truck probably got a life orb on it, and his Mr. Rhyme. Now, you might say, maybe I should fake out that Crawdaunt so I can hit it hard. But here's the problem. Mr. Rhyme has access to fake out too.
Mm-hmm.
TJ has told me that he was second guessing himself. He was like, what do I hit? I'm going to just Dazzling Gleam both of them, fuck it. And then, oh, what do I do? I want to fake somebody out, but, and then he chooses to fake out the Mr. Rhyme, which you would be like, why? But it's great, because that fake out stopping Galarian Mr. Mime would have allowed this Crawdaunt to just go off.
Right.
The Aqua Jet does render Hitmonlee fucked. But he gets the Dazzling Gleam off, and with the stab, weakness, and the Misty Terrain boost, and the damage from the Life Orb.
No. Misty Terrain does not boost that move.
It doesn't boost fairy moves?
No. That's not the effect of Misty Terrain.
I thought it
Misty Terrain
boosts the damage of... I thought all the
no.
terrains boost the damage of the moves that they're associated with.
No. Not at all. Misty Terrain makes it to where status doesn't have no effects, and then it reduces the damage it reduces the power of Dragon type moves. Yeah.
Justin, did you see what Justin was asking in the other chat?
I haven't looked yet. What's going on?
Okay, yeah, you're right. Anyway, so we're going for the Protect here. He's baiting out a Protect. We know how much people hate Weezing and they want to kill it. He did not see this coming. Oh, wait, no, this is a different turn. Okay, so he's using U-turn, but the ally switch happens. Definitely didn't see that coming. The U-turn not going to hit the Mr. Rhyme, and which would have probably killed it. It is going to hit the Endeavor, the Scoliopede. What was it? I'm sorry, not Scoliopede. Damn. What is that Pokemon? Centiskorch.
Yeah, Centiskorch.
The Centiskorch does a little bit of damage, and actually, I think the Centiskorch is the one with the Life Orb on it. I think that the Crawdaunt had a Choice Band.
Yeah, probably, because it did so much damage that Hitmonlee, so I can see that.
And then we get the Eat of the Fire move. Now, this is what TJ didn't see. He's got that Rindo Berry. He's ready for the Power Whip. Go ahead, Endeavor. Power Whip me. I got it. I'm going to kill you with a Skull. Oh, yeah? Is that what you're going to do? Nope. He's targeting Dapper Dan. Okay.
He doesn't want to deal with Dapper Dan.
Freeze Dry comes out of left field and Oko's Quagsire. Quagsire!
I mean, to be fair, he probably didn't see that coming.
I just said that. It came out of left field. So now it's going to hit Galarian Weezing, who is still really tanky, and the recoil does... Oh, he does... So he doesn't have Life Orb. He just got hit by the recoil from the... Okay.
Yeah, Flare Blitz, remember?
I thought he had... Never mind. So now's a great time to bring out Rotom Heat, I think is what he's thinking, right? Oh, no, don't mind... Okay. D-Tan. Little D-Tan action. Now he's seen the ally switch, and unlike last week where he saw the Protect or the Spiky Shield from the Maractus and leaned into it again, he's learned his lesson. He's going to go for the U-turn on the Centiskorch in case the ally switch happens. And even if the ally switch doesn't happen, he gets a free poke at the Centiskorch, or if the Centiskorch switches out, it's just free damage. It's just free damage there, or he could get the kill from the ally switch prediction. Instead, Mike withdraws Dapper Dan, brings in his... Oh, that's a... Oof. And I also like that in this moment, by doing U-turn, since he switched, it gives TJ priority switch. So he gets to bring in a Pokemon to handle that Togekiss.
Yep.
Does another little poke on the Endeavor there. Endeavor's still hanging on, still doing damage, but TJ's not too concerned about it, apparently. And Rotom comes out to handle this new threat. Alright, Rotom eats a Flare Blitz, even though it does a good amount of damage still.
Yeah. The Centiskorch, and it's not, it's not Life Orb. It's not anything like that. So
it's just hitting hard.
Damage.
So he doesn't want to deal with this Pokemon at all. And in case he even protects, guess what? We're going Max Lightning. So, I'm hitting that Pokemon. He does not want to deal with that Togekiss.
And I think this actually might be the first time we've seen this season Rotom form Dynamax. It's pretty interesting.
Is that the first time?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Interesting. We didn't see him Dynamax the Rotom Heat before. I feel like he did. No, he did Darmanitan.
No,
So
they always said Darmanitan before he realized Gorilla Tactics doesn't work.
terrible. He breaks the mold, so Levitate is ineffective against him, right?
Yep.
Doesn't matter if you're levitating, he's gonna make that ground hit you. Probably a smart choice, but also you got to consider that we got this fairy type wheezing out here, that can probably do some good damage too. The Max Lightning comes out, no Max from the other Pokemon, and it gets O-Code. And now that Sludge Bomb's for free, just gonna take a swipe at this Haxorus. And to add insult to injury, I'll let it happen. I sped along a little fast. To add insult to injury, it poisons the Haxorus.
And it does a serious amount of damage.
Yeah, I mean, it's still, even though he's bulky, he's also really powerful too. Like, he's not a slouch.
Yeah.
I don't know what he invested in on this one, but yeah. So the poison after the Sludge Bomb does like almost all of that Pokemon's life. Mike still has a Max Pokemon, but like now most of his team is damaged. So he's gonna go for, what are you going, Teach? Where are you going with it? You going for the Dazzling Gleam, and then the Max Lightning to take advantage of the terrain. He doesn't want to do.
Yeah, he definitely saw, something coming with this Haxorus. Probably saw the earthquake coming a mile away.
And Rotom outspeeds it and takes it out. Helping Hand becoming a totally useless move at that point, unfortunately. And then the Dazzling Gleam will kill Dapper Dan. Bum bum bum! Dapper Dan, no! So he's out. His Pokemon are injured. He only has, I think, 2 left now. And he's got to go ahead max because he has no choice. He's not going to go out like no punk. He ends up going for the Max Flare, set up Sun, even if it survives it from being maxed or whatever. Whatever should happen, he should be set up to stop that, that little piece of shit. Rotom Mo. This is a kid's stream.
This is a kid's stream. And this is now our second time we've seen a Rotom form Dynamax.
Just disclaimer: this is not a kid's stream.
A Rotom versus Rotom.
Alright, so we got the Rotom Max Flare comes out. Oven, is it enough? Not quite. Does a good amount. He probably would have died if he hadn't maxed. Oh, and it triggers the berry, so that's not bad. Not enough, though. I would have gone with a half health berry, personally.
Personally, I would have max guarded.
That too.
Because that's his
Yeah,
last
because
turn
if he had max guarded, the Centiskorch might have been able to just flare blitz.
I'm saying
the wheezing.
if he max, even if he max guarded, no matter what, that was his last turn of Dynamax.
I'm saying, yeah, so he could have taken advantage of just like, trying to kill the Rotom Heat.
Yeah.
So Darmanitan comes out. Rotom Heat is no longer maxed, but it doesn't even matter anymore. He's gonna Icicle Crash on the Endeavor just because he thinks it outspeeds, I guess. He's gonna go for the Overheat. Centiskorch is a cool Pokemon, man.
Well, remember, because no matter what, he's going to be locked into his move, so he's just using the Icicle Crash since he would use the Icicle Crash if he still has to deal with the Rotom.
You know what's cool? He's at work right now. He can't even commentate his own match. But he's gonna head over real quick for the reveal.
And that's the max guard comes a little too late.
Oh, and look, he protects. He even though he max guarded, he didn't even double target him. He used the Icicle Crash on the endeavor. That was pretty smart.
That's what I'm saying.
So here's how this is gonna go. We are going to, at the end of this, we're gonna slowly talk about next week, and then we're gonna lead off talking about what happens with the wire. Then I'm gonna cut the stream and begin a new stream with the reveal.
Why start a new stream? Why don't you just keep it on this one?
For editing purposes later on.
I mean, I just don't understand why making it separate.
Can I do me?
Okay.
Because it's going to be a bunch of everybody voice chatting. It's not just going to be us, you know? A separate stream. Alright, so he wins. By 3. He lost by 1 to the three-time champion brother of Mike. Mike, who is the #1 player at this point in this battle. In the league, score-wise, also did beat Aris, who TJ lost to, loses to TJ by 3. But while that was not, obviously, you know, Mike is always good, so he's just going to bounce back from this. It really, I mean to say that because it's impressive that TJ showed he learned something, and he applied it, and, like, it paid off for him. Also, his wheezings are annoying as fuck. We can all say that now.
Yeah, that wheezing did
Not
work
just
that
that wheezing, man. The other wheezing too. Fuck his wheezing, man. His wheezings are. So real quick, I'm gonna switch over to the spreadsheet, not the one that you and I normally speak about, or are speaking about for later. The other spreadsheet. These are our teams. We're gonna bring up the schedule here. So that means on week 6 here, Dan defeats Brian, Jay defeats Aris, Stephen B defeats Jay Wade. Justin defeats, or Zach defeats Justin, TJ defeats Mike, sorry, and then I defeat Jordan. I'm the only one on the left side of the matchups that won their match this week. Everybody on the left side, except for me, all lost this week. That's crazy. And Kid Sid had the week off. Now that brings us to the next week, which is week 7. It's going to be first matchup, Jay versus Mike. Who you got there?
Jay versus Mike. I don't know, man.
Mike's pretty salty.
Yeah, that can really go either way. They're both very well skilled veterans.
And
I could definitely see that.
Jay
really
did just defeat Aris too, so you know
he's got to be both the brothers. You know?
So I can't lie. Like Mike's probably the more accomplished, like score-wise player, but I'm gonna go with Jay for 2 reasons. His performance this week, and also he's my boy. So I'm gonna back that guy up. TJ versus Brian. I'm gonna go 2 newbies.
Two of the newbies.
They're both learning and being better. Brian did lose by 1 this week, but he's been turning it around. So and TJ off a hot win, off the beating again the first rated player in the league at the time. I'm gonna go TJ because that's best by boys. And I'm assuming you're backing up Mike or Brian. I mean,
I'm actually just excited to see who takes it. I like both of them.
You're not gonna. I mean, we're like,
sides,
we're making predictions.
I wouldn't place a bet on either of these two. They're both scrubs.
Oh shit! But that would mean that vicariously Mike would be a scrub because TJ beat him.
Mike is a scrub.
Oh,
my God.
no!
I gotta say this. Mike is trash. Mike would never have standed a chance against me in season 3. Don't care what he says.
Oh my God.
He is garbage. He is a trash player, and I will always beat you, Mike.
Well, you didn't even.
Sorry, not sorry.
Oh my God, dude! After you won in hacks. Anyway, Stephen B versus Aris. I mean, I'm sorry, Stephen B. I'm gonna go Aris. Gotta go Aris, right?
No, man. Stephen B's gonna take it, man. I got faith in him.
All right.
He's learning. Yeah.
I gotta go Aris.
Nah.
You see what Jade or Jordan just said?
What?
Said he can't wait till Zach loses in playoffs this year. Yeah, he'll probably choke.
No, nobody said that.
That's
You're a
what
liar.
Jordan said in chat. All right, so Jordan versus Jay Wade, another battle of the Jays, the Jordan.
Um, I can see Jordan taking it. Jordan's probably
Which
really
Jordan?
salty after this week. Jordan H. I
All
see
right.
Jordan being pretty salty after this week. You know, he
Also,
does have a great team.
no
He wants
offense
to
to
get back.
Jay Wade, but Jay Wade has already admitted to being kind of out of it, and he is down on himself. So, I mean, the fair odds are pretty much favorable to
Jay Wade
Jordan.
also has a really tough time versus Trick Room because he doesn't understand the concept of why it's good.
Why it's good. So we got
So Jordan has us in the bag.
Kid Sid versus Dan. Now this should be a good one. They were
That should be a really fun one to watch. I'm
first and
actually really excited
second
for
in the
that.
draft. They're both getting better. Dan's on a hot streak. Kid Sid doing his thing. And then Justin versus myself. I'm gonna take myself for obvious reasons on that one. Justin could bring it though. He does have a really cool team. And then Zach, you're fighting nobody.
Yep, I'm taking a break.
All right. Well, that's pretty much next week, guys. The standings will be updated soon. Let me just bring up one thing here. So I do have to. I'm sorry. I got to go back to spreadsheet because I want to show you guys between here. So this is next week is week 7. Then we have week 8. Now during week 8, at the end of week 8, there's a normal transfer window right here. Normal transfer window. That's a 1 and 1. And then the mid-season transfer window happens on the week between week 8 and 9. There's a week off in between week 8 and 9. It's called the mid-season transfer window. That's when it opens. We'll tell you more about it officially in week 8. Right before the end of week 8, like early on in week 8, we'll tell you more about it.
We'll let you know when it starts.
And we'll let you know how things go. I've already explained it a couple times, but we had some crazy questions in chat earlier about as soon as we reveal them, we can take them. Like, no. So no battles are scheduled that week. And then there's another 1-in-1 transfer. The mid-season bye week, you get 2 drops and adds, and then 2 pickups and etc. 2 trades. And then another weekend with a 1-in-1. So things that got dropped for the mid-season transfer window, things still left over from the mid-season transfer window. All of those things are going to be able to be snagged, and an extra little trade before week 9, which if you count the first one after week 8 is a total of 8 transfers that is possible for your team between the week of 8 and week 9. You have a total of 8 possible transfers to make during that time. Ask a DM or I'm sorry, a admin if you have any questions about that. That leaves us to the end of week 6's stream. Zach, it's been a pleasure to have you.
Yeah, man, pleasure to be here.
We're going to end and then immediately resume for what is going to be the mid-season wire reveal.
I'll make sure to let everybody know.
Yep, let everybody know to come on in, and I will see you guys next week for another set of battles with us. I think I'm going to do pretty well next week. We'll see. I've been your CEO and your host, Mura, aka Bad Bitch, Aromatisse. I love you. Alright, we'll see you guys in the upcoming transfer window reveal.